Nuestra bandera ondeará nuevamente en unos Juegos Olímpicos invernales. En Milano Cortina 2026, Puerto Rico estará representado por una 2 veces olímpica que irá a unos Juegos Olímpicos invernales por segunda ocasión consecutiva. Conmigo, Kellie Delka. Hi Kellie, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
When I say that, two-time Olympian going to their two-time consecutive Olympics, what does that mean for you?
I'm really proud of myself because as a small nation and a one-man team, it's a hard grind for me to make it. So 25 women in my sport only go to the games, so we have a very small quota. So the fact that I could do all of this really on my own is a huge accomplishment for me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us your story, how you got to the island. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Texas. I was a pole vaulter and cheerleader in college, so I have a big sports background. I've always been into sports. After college, I saw somebody get into bobsled from my college. So I was like, that's interesting, because in Texas, we don't hear about winter sports, just like I'm sure the island doesn't hear about winter sports. And he was like, oh, here's like the path that I went. Like, you should try it out. I was like, perfect. So I went and did that. And 15 years later, here I am still in the sport. About 8 years ago, I was approached by an athlete saying that Puerto Rico just kind of revived like their winter sports, like with the skiers. And I was like, that's really amazing. They're like, you should reach out. They're trying to grow. And I was like, awesome. So me and my parents flew out here to meet with the federation, and they were more than happy to say yeah, if you want to move here, get your residency here. And I was like, absolutely. So I dropped everything and I moved out here by myself. I didn't know anybody, and I've been here ever since representing, and it's been such an honor.
That transition from athletics to winter or to bobsled, what was that like?
Gosh, it's funny. I'm not a winter person, and I don't like winter. I'm very much a summer person. It was kind of a hard transition, but my sport is definitely worth it. I was like, there's nothing like it in the world, sliding down an ice hill, like going 90 miles an hour. So, I mean, it's been the funnest transition for me.
We talked about sports transition. Let's talk about life transition, moving to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You already mentioned que te gusta la playa. You like the beach.
Yes.
So what was that like?
I think there's pros and cons, obviously. Moving here with not knowing anybody was very hard. I'm a pretty shy person. So it was hard for me to kind of get out and meet people. I mean, I do love the beach. That was a huge pro for me. But yeah, when I moved here, there wasn't very many resources when it comes to training and stuff. So I was kind of on my own. So going to the gym, I didn't really know what gyms to go to. And I was at the track by myself, and I would make my own sleds to pull behind me. And I was kind of here during that COVID year too. And that was kind of one of the first few years I was here, and that was really hard because there was nothing open. So I ended up building my own squat rack and everything. I had everything built. I went to Home Depot here on the island. I built everything, and I had my own home gym at my house. So it was kind of wild, but yeah, gradually it got better and it got easier, but I mean, it was amazing.
Support system here on the island. How's with the kopur, with your family, with everything present here? I know you like your gym very much. So what was that support system here in Puerto Rico like after a couple of years?
They support me, the NOC has been absolutely amazing. So I'm so happy to be with them. But luckily this year, they were able to find some funding to kind of help. And then within my sport, we have the IOC scholarship, which is
Olympic
huge.
Solidarity.
Yeah, so the Solidarity has been with me this past quad, which has been a tremendous help. So I am beyond grateful to have that.
Let's talk about what's coming up. No, let's go back a little.
Okay.
Bit. Let's go back. Let's go to the past Olympics. How was that experience like?
That was an interesting games.
Why?
It was in China, and that
Yeah.
was during COVID, right? So that was honestly it was amazing to make the games and represent, but most of the athletes there felt like it was kind of a prison. That sounds terrible, but we had so many rules.
But health-wise, it's good to have those rules.
So you couldn't really meet anybody, right? We are completely covered with masks, so like I wouldn't recognize like I couldn't meet anybody, I couldn't socialize, so like you missed that whole part. We didn't have spectators, no family, no friends, so like when I was racing, you could hear crickets.
So it's going to be a whole lot of new experience here in Milano Cortina.
Completely opposite, and Italians look super fun, so I'm super excited.
Good food also.
Yeah, good food.
Let's talk about the qualification period you had. What was that like? What did you have to do?
Yes.
Thinking about training here year-round in Puerto Rico and then going out to races and experiences and tournaments and stuff.
Our qualification, so every year everybody starts at 0. So the beginning of this season, everybody has 0 points, and races you accumulate points, right? And you have to hit a certain quota. So this year, I went to Cortina for the international training period, which is amazing. So I got to experience the track. We raced there. And so like basically what I have to do is I have to pick the races and the tours that's going to get me the most points. So that's what I did. So like I went from Cortina, then I flew back to Park City. And Park City I got a 1st and a 3rd place. It was awesome. I performed really great out there. And then I went to Asia. So I was in Korea for about like 2.5 weeks, and I did really great there. I got like top 10s in like my races out there. And then I flew back to like Lake Placid. And then I did like one of my last races out there, but then there was some crazy controversy going on in our sport. Unfortunately, one of the teams have withdrawn their athletes, and it made our points go low. And it was like a manipulation of fair play. And so a lot of us were like, oh my gosh, we have to like bolt. And so like I had to fly out to Germany right after for 4 days and race, and I ended up doing really well, and I solidified my spot.
What can we expect from you in Milano Cortina?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna put on like the best races I can. I'm much more prepared this year. In China last year, I was one of the only athletes that had no prior experience on the track. I couldn't afford the charter flight in China the last time. So I showed up and they're like, you have 3 days to learn the track, and I had no coach or anything there. So it was terrifying. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't wanna look bad like on national television, but look, I slid fine, I slid well, but I just wasn't as prepared. This year, I've already raced on the track, I know the track, and I know I'm gonna put a really good result out for Puerto Rico.
Thank you, Kellie, and good luck there.
Thank you so much.